Mark, Jonah, and the hyenas moved to a base in the Hollow Earth 5 months after the events in Osaka. They have begun experimenting on the wildlife in the Hollow Earth. Jonah's men have been making parts, mechanical parts. Mark, living in a cabin in the Hollow Earth, just 2 miles away, Mark felt sadness over the events that have unfolded between him and Chen, the memories they had with Emma Russell, all before the events in G-Day 2014. Mark decides to look through old photos and videos from the hyenas. He sees footage during the mass awakening in Boston. Madison was crying. Do you really think Andrew would have wanted this? And Mark, thinking of all the stuff that he's done in the past, he questions to himself, would have Madison wanted this? And then something snaps. He awakens. He decides to take down Jonah. As he takes his jeep to Jonah's base, as he goes deeper, he sees more and more dark experiments. Then he sees a mutated skullcrawler, heads into the base where the Muto is. He kills 2 guards. Then he looks up, the pathogen. They are about to add the pathogen. Tries to stop it, but it's too late. And the Muto, already with some enhancements, starts jerking around, growing new limbs, growing new parts, as the Muto has now become Gigan. Jonah is amazed by their creation. He sees Gigan killing his own men, but yet he's fascinated. Jonah steps back as Gigan looks down at him. Yes, they stare at each other. Jonah can't really tell if the monster is looking at him, but they are. And Gigan roars. Jonah, amazed, is killed by Gigan. Mark, being the sole survivor, decides to escape. Godzilla has been hunting 4 months. Godzilla slowly swims onto the shore of Munich, Germany, as he trudges forward the city. Footsteps crushing the ground as they notice the ground becoming hotter. A circle-like base becoming hotter and more red. It explodes, and the monstrous demon Gigan has come. Godzilla, enraged, seeing this new monster challenge his rule. Godzilla then recognizes what the monster is. It's the Muto that he killed. Godzilla, angered and confused, decides to trudge at the monster. Gigan roars. Gigan flies towards Godzilla as Godzilla runs. Gigan clashes with Godzilla and slices his chest, making an X. With his chainsaw hands, beats up Godzilla, throwing him around. Godzilla cannot get up. Gigan is too powerful. Gigan stomps on Godzilla's ankle, breaking it, cutting Godzilla's chest 1 more time, but deeper. Godzilla falls to the ground. Gigan, seeing Godzilla still breathing, gets ready his chainsaw. Godzilla stops breathing, and Gigan sees that the king is dead. His eyes, the old king is dead. and Gigan roars, flying into the air. Gigan create a crater just by flying, just by boosting into the air. Godzilla laying on the ground, feeling defeated. Tears come down their eyes. Godzilla cries into the air as the shockwave of his screams gets down to the hollow earth. Mothra senses Godzilla. Kong and the great apes have been fending them off. Kong is in his throne room with other apes. Boots by Kong's side. Mothra flies down. Gia is awaiting her. Gia tries to convince Kong to listen to Mothra. Mothra wants Kong's blessing to go to the surface and to help Godzilla. Kong, understanding Mothra and trusting her, decides to let her go with Gia. Mark tries to communicate to Monarch. Mothra senses Mark and goes after him. As Mark is looking sad, defeated, and a gust of light protrudes the hollow earth. As Mothra comes down, Gigan stops at Mount Fuji, destroying the ground. As the ground quakes, Gigan trudges forward. As he sees Mount Fuji, his face starts to glow. The top of his head starts to glow dark purple as the creases in his skin start to glow purple. He shoots the laser, destroying the whole mountain to erupt with lava. Mount Fuji is destroyed, and Gigan, flying onto it, trudges onto the mountain. Gigan, now defeating Godzilla, has the ability to use his alpha call to roar and awaken all the Titans. Gigan has started the second mass awakening at Germany. As Godzilla is laying on the ground, Godzilla cries. Tears come down his eyes as he coughs up blood. A gust of great light boosts across the city of Munich. Godzilla sees Mothra, comforting him. Mark then meets up with Monarch. Chen is there. They talk it out. She's still apprehensive about trusting Mark, but she can't stay mad at him. Yes, they decide to be friends again, and they work together. As Godzilla slowly gets up, he communicates with Mothra, and they go their separate ways. As Mothra decides to get help from the fire demon, Rodan